Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode of Pain to Power, the podcast where we talk all things healing, growth, and turning pain into power. I'm your host, Jill Ripley, and it's my intention to use my own personal experience to help you or someone you love open to the idea of letting go of past pain and using it as a springboard for personal growth. The words we speak shape the world we live in. Just like a magician declares abracadabra, meaning, as I speak, so it is, we too are casting spells with our language every single day. Every complaint, every affirmation, every joke, it all carries energy. If we're constantly talking about what's wrong, what's missing, or how stuck we feel, we unknowingly keep those very things alive. But when we shift our language, even slightly, towards hope, possibility, or healing, we begin to rewire the energy that surrounds us. So here's the truth. Your voice isn't just an expression, it's a tool of transformation. What reality are you speaking into existence? Before we dive in, I want you to pause for just a moment and reflect. What's one phrase you say about yourself or your life all the time? Just notice it, no judgment. That phrase might be the very spell shaping your experience. In today's episode, we're uncovering the energy of language, how words literally shape the way we see the world and ourselves. We'll talk about why self-depreciating language is not harmless humor, how to shift your inner dialogue, and why your words may be the hidden script writing your reality. Let's start with an interesting concept. Have you ever really thought about the word spelling? The way we form words and the intent behind them has a profound impact on our existence, whether we're conscious of it or not. Every word we speak casts energy, like a magic spell. Words carry frequency, intention, and momentum. What you say often becomes what you believe. What you believe influences what you do, and what you do creates your results. According to research in neuroscience, the words we use literally alter our brain chemistry. Dr. Andrew Newberg, a neuroscientist at Thomas Jefferson University, found that positive words like peace and love strengthen areas in the frontal lobe, which is responsible for higher level functioning like focus and decision making. So it's not just spiritual fluff when you speak positive words consistently. You're actually training your brain to function more clearly and compassionately. So if you're walking around saying things like, I'm so bad with money, and ugh, I'm such a hot mess, that's just my luck. Take note, my friend, the universe is listening, not to punish you, but to reflect back the energy that you're putting out. Every time you complain, you're essentially affirming your attachment to what's wrong. You're speaking more life into what you don't want. Complain about your job, you anchor yourself to discontent. Complain about your relationships, you reinforce the patterns you say you want to break. A Stanford University study showed that frequent complaining shrinks the hippocampus, the part of the brain that's critical for memory and emotional regulation. And it doesn't take much. Just 30 minutes of complaining a day can rewire your brain for negativity. That means that the more we complain, the more our brain gets wired to keep looking for what's wrong. It literally becomes a habit of perception. It's not about toxic positivity, it's about energetic awareness. The more we speak negatively about a situation, the more we hold ourselves inside it. So, in order to shift, you must become intentional with how you describe your life, especially the parts that aren't ideal. Instead of saying, my boss is such a jerk, try, I'm working on managing the energy that my boss is putting out. Instead of saying, I'm having a terrible day, try, I'm having a moment and it doesn't feel good right now. Because here's the truth. Most days aren't all bad. There are just moments that feel overwhelming. Even when the sky feels like it's falling, the fact that you woke up and are still breathing is in itself a blessing. And choosing to name that blessing gives you strength. Dr. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese author, scientist, and researcher, gained worldwide attention for his controversial studies on how human consciousness affects water's molecular structure. The experiment found that spoken words affected the molecular structure of water in different ways. Positive words created beautiful crystalline patterns in the water, while negative words led to distorted, chaotic ones. Considering that the body is over 80% water, it's worth asking, what are your words doing to you and your life? The vast majority of people float through life letting the wind take them wherever. They react to whatever shows up. They never think to direct the sail of the boat of their life. But you can set it. You can use your words to declare your direction, your vision, and your intention. Say things to yourself such as, I'm moving towards peace. I'm learning to love myself. I trust that something better is unfolding. Words like these are not just affirmations, they're your compass. And when the storms come, because they will, your sail, your intention keeps you from being tossed around aimlessly. You may still cry, you may still yell, you may still break down, but you'll remember the direction you set, and eventually you'll find the wind again. When something falls apart, a job, a relationship, a dream, our conditioned response is to stuff the feelings down, to act as if we're okay, even if we aren't. But the first thing you should do is allow the feelings to flow through you completely. Feel your grief. Get angry at whatever has hurt you. Feel the rage. Sit in the sadness, but let it move through you, because if you don't, it doesn't disappear. It stores in your body as stagnant energy. But once you've felt it, really felt it, you get to choose what happens next. What new language will you use to describe this chapter? What intention will you speak over your next season? What reality will you begin to create with your words? Some of life's greatest heartbreaks become the very thing that awakens our greatest gifts. I want to give you a little something practical today, something simple, but incredibly powerful. Because the next time you catch yourself in an old phrase that doesn't serve you, you'll have a tool to pivot. I'd like you to ask yourself, what are 3 phrases that I say regularly that need to be retired? And what can I say instead? Some examples are, I'm not good enough could sound like, I'm doing my best and that's enough for today. I'm so behind could be transformed into, I'm taking my time so things get done right. Instead of saying, I hate my body, you can say, I'm learning to care for my body with love. I'll never get it right could be, I'm learning as I go and that's enough. Small shifts can make a big impact. If this episode gave you something to think about or even made you catch yourself in the act of sneaky self-sabotage, then beautiful soul, you're right on track. You're becoming more conscious, more intentional, and more empowered. If you'd like to go deeper into this work, you can always check out my book, Empowered by the Storm, or connect with me at empoweredbythestorm.com. Until next time, speak kindly to yourself. Stay loving, stay open, and stay empowered. The universe is listening.